So can someone answer me this or riddle me this? Why does everyone that gets caught into crimes and crazy crimes like this family vlogger try to flee the country? Bro, you're going to get caught, canned, and slammed. It is what it is, man. You should have just turned yourself in. But I want to react to this one. Completely blind reaction. But what's funny is his face is super familiar. Maybe I know him in person. I don't know. Maybe I've seen him before on YouTube. I don't know. But he looks super familiar. But he got charged with kidnapping 2 women. What did you do? What the? Guys, make sure you leave a like down below and also a comment. Let's talk about it. And yeah, we're gonna dive into this crazy story of this guy fleeing the country. It's insane work right here, man. This is insane.
This family vlogger just fled the country after being charged with aggravated kidnapping, and that is definitely not something you hear every day. So it's safe to say we're in for a wild story. So meet Corey Pritchett Jr., as he's a family vlog content creator with over 12 million followers combined, and he's in the center of an FBI investigation where he's allegedly kidnapped 2 women before threatening to kill them.
A popular YouTuber once known for his family vlogging is now accused of kidnapping 2 women. But the story doesn't end there. Authorities say the Texas-based content creator fled the United States by booking a one-way ticket and hopping on a nearly 20-hour flight.
On his 2 YouTube channels, he posts music videos, skits, and a family vlog channel where he posts stuff with his wife and kids. Or is it ex-wife, as he posted a video of them interrogating each other just a year ago titled, "She Cheated, I'm Done."
So what the fuck you get on your phone for then?
Because I'm trying to see what's going on.
So when nothing going on your phone, oh, your hoes texting on my bed. Yeah, I forgot. You I forgot your hoes be texting.
We can't even just talk.
Why not? Because when I used to be sloppy, you used to take advantage of me.
I took advantage of you.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
You really want to say I took advantage?
Yes, and I just said it, and I just said it
Are you
again.
serious?
You made me insecure. You made me toxic. You made me crazy. You made me do all this other shit just because of the person you couldn't be. Who I am because of you at the end of the day.
Only family vlog channels would monetize a breakup like this. I just feel so bad for the kids. Like, this is just a whole new level of dystopian that has really only existed for a few years. So I completely understand how you can go insane from making this kind of content. But to be fair, I wouldn't expect someone to go that insane from family vlog content that they would go and kidnap 2 people and then flee the country. That's insane even for a family vlogger, but whether they're still together or not, they used to post content of them doing all sorts of family activities, you know, playing with toys with their kids, shopping, pranks, and even house hunting.
All right, CJ, they gonna be your room, boy.
Don't do like that.
I'm just playing, dude.
So how did this guy go from a family vlogger to an on-the-run kidnapper? That's a pretty serious escalation. Talk about going from 0 to 100. But according to the 2 women involved in the situation, they exchanged numbers with Corey on November 22nd. He then had them meet up with them and his friends for a day that included working out, ATV riding, and bowling. Sounds like a great time. Apparently not, because it ended up in a kidnapping situation.
Wait, how did that end up in a kidnapping situation? And why are you inviting 2 women? What the hell? Why are you inviting 2 women out to go on an extravagant date? It sounds like it, a day date, you know, with you know, paired up, you and your boy, her and her friend. Why the hell are you doing that? And is he married? Or even if you're not married, if you're in a relationship, you got children, bro, don't do that. That's terrible work, man. Don't do that. You realize your kids look up to every action that you do. And even if your kids are young, when they get older and they realize that mom and dad is split up because dad wanted to be a dumbass, man, you might as well be a deadbeat. Money can't buy everything, guys. And a lot of these dudes think that since they making money, they got the bag, they can sleep with whoever they want, be with whoever they want, and their girl just has to deal with it. Take care of the kids, make me a sandwich. Crazy work, man. Respect your women, man. Respect your woman, because she the one that's going to have your back, not the little gold diggers that's scratching at you. Not the gold diggers, man. All they want is your money.
An alleged kidnapping situation. Nothing's been proven in court yet. But the women say things started to get weird at the bowling alley, where apparently Corey and his friends, they were not too happy with each other, so they started essentially fighting. The women then said, "Hey, can you guys leave?" And I guess that worked. So they did leave, but then the women were stuck there stranded. So then Corey came back and said, "Oh, don't worry, I can drive you guys home." And this was necessary because the women apparently left some of their items in his car. So he came back, picked them up, and this is where the story starts to get pretty crazy. As during the drive, things apparently escalated quickly. Corey started to drive erratically, driving at high speeds, waving a gold-plated gun around, and making what was described as alarming statements. Corey then allegedly shot the gun out of the window a few times, and apparently he was driving down I-10 at over 100 miles an hour. And apparently this isn't the only time someone has alleged that he's pulled a gun on women like this, because remember his ex-Family Channel partner? Well, apparently she talked about how he pulled a gun on her just a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. So you're one of those guys. Shout out to Atozy. He knows about the Blue Spark mics. Look at my microphone. Look at his microphone. We're rocking the same style, the best microphones on the planet. But outside of that, any man that pulls a gun on a woman is absolutely weak. You are weak. Women look at men for protection. You're supposed to protect your woman. You're supposed to use that gun to protect your family, your house, your woman, not use it against her. I mean, everyone is afraid of a gun. That doesn't instill fear in someone by pulling a gun on them. You can pull a gun on the strongest man on the planet and he will be afraid. No one is stronger or tougher than a bullet. I mean, let's be real, man. No one is tougher than that. So pulling a gun on a woman is just one of the weakest moves that you can make because it's just not tough. Putting your hands on a woman is not tough. You need to put your hands on a man, or let a man put his hands on you for putting your hands on a woman. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
So the dude's also a woman beater. Great. What a garbage human being. So back to the kidnapping story. These women are stuck in a car with someone who apparently has a history of violent behavior like this. And the whole time he's allegedly shooting his firearm out the window and speeding over 100 miles an hour. He's also apparently making frantic phone calls and saying that someone is after him. Really sounds like a sane individual we're dealing with here. The women naturally are terrified for their lives as Corey's behavior became more and more erratic and dangerous. And at one point, Corey even made a chilling video call to a woman, saved in his phone as future wife, and asked if he should harm the women. Specifically, he quoted as asking the woman, "If I had the perfect opportunity and was in the middle of nowhere where no one could hear them scream, should I just go ahead and do it?" What? But apparently whoever this woman is didn't help the situation. She apparently just simply answered, yes. But the court documents detailing all of this even quote Corey as saying, "I'm going to explicit y'all and then kill y'all," to the women. So obviously the women are panicking. They're texting each other until Corey turns around, points the firearm at them, and then takes their phones. But somehow they got a break. Finally, Corey pulled over to the side of the highway, ordered the women to get out of the car, and drove off, leaving them stranded in the dark. And let's be real, in a situation like this, that was probably the best case scenario. Corey then reportedly told the woman this is your only opportunity when he told them to get out of their car. But even though they got a break, it took them roughly an hour to flag down a driver who could then call 911, which led to their rescue. And the reason this took so long was because Corey apparently stranded them without a phone. What is in this family vlog channel water that they're all drinking, making them all go insane?
Right.
What is this? This is absolutely horrifying. Like, this is just an absolutely horrifying story. But apparently, one of the women tried to grab for their phones on the way out, but they couldn't get it. But what makes this story a little bit more interesting is the women's GPS data from their Life 360 apps corroborated all of this. So at least the location of the story adds up. Now, all of the threats, the shooting out of the window, that's all still alleged. And then obviously it's still alleged if this is an actual kidnapping.
I think he definitely shot out the window. I think the women weren't lying. I don't think there's a reason to lie in this situation. I don't think there's no gain benefit or anything like that. But I do think hopefully they were reporting all of this and trying to get him locked up for the person that he is and not for the money that he has. You can always sue someone for, pain and suffering, PTSD issues, therapy. But for the person that he is, he deserves to be in jail. And I hope them women went after that reason and that reason only. But yeah, on the note of iPhones and tracking and, location services, all of that shit is tracking everything. Your iPhone tracks everything. And if you have multiple apps, which I'm pretty sure these, little social media TD Bops had, they more than likely had apps tracking their locations. Like, for sure. And so he's definitely cooked. I think he's going to be done. This is the end of the road, buddy. And on top of that, you're going to call someone else to say if you were to blank them and then blank them? What? Bro, you lost all respect, man. You sick individual.
Or not.
And investigators also say that, GPS data from Life 360, which was an app that was on one of the women's phones, that helped corroborate their story. Talk to me about how investigators use that type of data to kind of piece together, or at least verify these types of allegations.
Well, in this case, the victim made it easy for law enforcement to track her because they did have the Life 360 app on there.
Oh boy. Yeah, this seems like some pretty solid proof against Corey, but he
Done
didn't
for.
exactly stick around for them to find out what the police had against him, because Corey, who is now a fugitive, managed
done
to
for.
escape to Qatar by booking a one-way ticket and taking an 18-hour flight. Something tells me that you don't do a last-minute 18-hour flight unless you really want to get away from something. So law enforcement are now
Right.
working on bringing him back to face some serious charges for aggravated kidnapping.
What do you make of just kind of
Wait,
that
so he's not
Jekyll and
caught?
Hyde situation that we're kind of seeing all unfold?
Well, that's from where I started with this, that because of his social media presence, law enforcement is going to have to kind of dig in and kind of determine what the motive behind this was. Maybe he had no intent of harming these women. He was just doing this for the classic clicks, or like I said, he had something going on in his life that made him panic. But it seems like there's such in society now, there's such a intense pressure to get quote unquote clicks that
Likes.
we see these social media people doing some amazingly stupid and abhorrent things. And frankly, I think law enforcement and the society as a whole is really kind of getting tired of it. And the hammer is starting to fall on these people for their behaviors.
Please tell me that's not true. If this was some kidnapping prank, he's even dumber than if he actually kidnapped them. There's no words if that's actually the case. But honestly, I don't think this is for content. I think the dude has just absolutely lost his mind.
I think he's off his Richter too. I don't think it's for content at all. I think he's definitely lost his mind. I think he's under a lot of depression, stress, losing his wife or his girlfriend, family breaking up. All of your money's in your family pretty much. If you're a family vlogger, if your family breaks up, that's your money too. That's your job too. And so I don't think this was a prank, a stunt. 911 would not have been called. Law enforcement would not have been involved if this was a stunt. So we don't want to hear that part, but I definitely believe that he needs to be caught. He hasn't been caught. What the fuck? What's going on?
But it is something to consider because he posted this right before he fled the country. They do know I'm a YouTuber, right? Man, I'm finna have a field day with this on social media and in court. This is a win-win. And not to mention when I'm done with Danny, stream my album, Reborn Motion,
No
out
shot.
now. Did this guy kidnap 2 women and threaten to end their lives to promote an album? Totally normal, insane
No
behavior.
shot.
But at least he seems excited for court, so maybe that means he'll actually show up for it. Either way, this case is going to be extremely interesting. And then to add to it, Courtney's kind of like eating this up online right now as he's posting a lot on his X account. Here he's claiming that he was already planning to move to Dubai and that it's unrelated to the kidnapping charges, but instead of posting on X, he should be returning to the US and lawyering up. Because it's safe to say the dude really needs a lawyer. Dude literally pulled an HS tiki-taki and fled to Dubai. But then he tweeted, "I'll kidnap my kids that I haven't been able to see since last year before I kidnapped 2 white girls that were trying to set me up and get me killed." That almost seems like a threat, dude. And that really does not make you look as innocent as what you think it does, I guess. And then according to Carmen, he can see us, obviously.
That's true. If a father wants to be a father, you'll be a father. And posting that you're going to kidnap your children and also kidnap 2 white girls? Bro, do you realize you're a black man tweeting that? Are you insane? Do you know this is America? What the fuck is wrong with social media nowadays, man? I'm losing my own mind. I don't know what's going on, but I think he's canned. I think he's canned. The tweets are going to can you. Your mouth is going to can you, and your actions are going to can you. Guys, let me know in the comments. What do you think? You think this dude is done? I think this fucker's done. I think it's over with. I think his reign has dried up. I think the clouds are clearing and the sun is coming out. You guys, make sure you leave a like down below and also subscribe if you want to see more. Now, YouTube picked a video just for you to watch next. It's probably one of my reactions that you haven't seen before. So you make sure you sit back and enjoy it. Until next time, folks, I'll see you in the next one.